life, I better go get her. Wake up in the morning, kiss my son, then go get it. Pour so photogenic. All I know is to go get it. Shoot my shot, now I ain't gon' miss it. All I know is to go get it. All my life I've been a go getter. All I know is to go get it. Wake up in the morning, kiss my son, then go get it. Go get it. Go get it. Photo pour so photogenic. All my life I've been a go getter. Wake up in the morning, kiss my son, then go get it.
I'm the best, as you know. And I got it, on my own. Get my way up, get my go. If I touch it, then it's cold. I'm the best, as you know.
We are about 40 miles or so south of Candlestick Point at a place that first opened back in 2014 as you get a look at Levi's Stadium here in Santa Clara, California. Today, it's week 12 of the NFL season, and we've got a good one in store between the New Orleans Saints and the San Francisco 49ers. The final playoff push is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And from the end zone, Deontay Hardy will bring it out. And he returns this to the 22. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Kamara gets it again on second down. And he'll get about 3 up past the 25. Now, this defense for the Niners, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
Unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week. Plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball? Or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright?
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Play fake. Winston. He'll find his tight end. It's Adam Troutman. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Give them 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a 1st down.
And he's got the hook up to Landry. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Winston. Open man is the tight end Troutman. Touchdown, Saints. Adam Troutman, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Saints get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Lutz good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. from his end zone, Wilson. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. Lance and the 49ers now. 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. To throw, it's Lance. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. Now former 6th-round pick, it's Elijah Mitchell. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. The Niners, it's 7-3 now on the year, and they've been in a great groove. Winners of 7 of their last 10 now on the year.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. Off of play action, here's Lance. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Niners passing game in sync now. They've got another first down.
52.
First down, here's Mitchell. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Here we go.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Throwing now is Lance. Trying for Ayuk, but it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Saints will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be 2nd down. That was a lightning-fast decision that time. He just caught it and got rid of it.
Because he saw his guy was going to be open immediately, so he took the R, the run, out of the play. He took the O, the option, out of the play, and immediately got to the pass.
On 2nd down, Kamara. 10 yards, good for his Saints, first down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge.
Hey, 5 on the 50.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. And the Niners are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching the bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Play action. Now it's Lance. Oh, hit as he throws there. Incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big third down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And with it, time has expired on the first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And, Charles, you look at these two teams, and these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got 2 division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shock of playoff football.
With a heavy set out there, 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. They go play action. Winston. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a first down, threw a fastball when that wasn't necessary. Incomplete pass. When are these quarterbacks going to learn? You don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Taking it about the 16. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
Wishnowsky on to punt as he sends this one away. Landry now on the return. All told, that a 55-yard punt with a net of 40 after the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed first down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the first, you can get a little aggressive here on 2nd down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
2nd down, and it's Kamara again. And not much room to speak of. They'll get about 3 up to the 41.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And I don't think Kamara got there. Looks like they stopped him short. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Now a high kick, almost a pooch punt. And that kick will go out of bounds right at the 20-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, the last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Now this throw caught left side. And he's going to get this down inside the 40 before he's finally ridden out of bounds. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. They run over center with Mitchell. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
2nd and 8 coming up. Here's Lance. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. Now Lance going to throw. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Cameron Jordan racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
So now on comes the field goal unit. And, wow, this is no ordinary try here. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this will stay at a 7-point game.
And this is a commentary on today's kickers and just how good they are that a coach would think about running his guy out there to try a 59-yarder. Here it backfires on him, but as a kicker, you have to appreciate the confidence that they showed in you.
Jameis now on 1st down. He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 25 yards that time.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Kamara gets it again on 2nd down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Third and short yardage. Winston. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
Fourth down, Winston. Throw left side complete to Troutman. And he is going to have the Saints first down as they man. And that'll keep the drive alive. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Winston. He'll buy some time right. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space.
And he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. To throw is Winston. Touchdown! Adam Troutman as the first half is winding down. And the Saints will extend their lead here just before halftime. Lutz will look to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Saints 14, 49ers nothing.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. From his end zone, Wilson. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want, because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
A final shot before half for Lance. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports. From his end zone, Wilson. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys stopped.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And this is picked up by the Saints. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he's into the end zone. A fumble return and a Saint touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
Lutz with the extra point, and it's now 21-0. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. From his end zone, Wilson. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
And Lance's throw complete here to Ayuk. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And they fake the handoff. Now Lance. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Well, partner, they certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
But they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Lance looks to throw again. That's complete. It's Kyle Juszczyk. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now a play fake. Lance on the move to his left. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break contain and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Here comes the seventh play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. Again, they'll throw it with Lance. And that will be incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Lance to throw for it on 4th down. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. Boy, so another interception, CD. And it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
2nd down, and it's Kamara again. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. That's complete to Troutman, right side. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
It doesn't look like this defense found the magic elixir at halftime. This offense was rolling in the first half, and that's continued here in the 3rd quarter. Another big play right there.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. And a ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Winston now. And it's caught. Touchdown, Saints. 3 touchdown passes now in the ball game for Jameis Winston, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes the score 28-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. From his end zone, Wilson. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Taking it right down Broadway. He's at the 30. 10, 5, touchdown, 49ers. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
Robbie's goal to kick off for San Francisco.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
First down 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're obviously right now in the driver's seat, comfortably ahead. They've scored on a couple straight possessions, Charles. And, I mean, for them, I guess it's just more of the same, right? Keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah, it's not typical for us to see games out of reach in the third quarter. Right now, they're unstoppable in this one. And seeing how they just came out onto the field, it does appear like they're done scoring points in this one. They look awfully confident.
Now on first down, it's Washington again. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Nick Bosa using that speed to get in there and break that play up. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Jameis to throw it. Now the Niners get there and bring him down. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. If you want a lesson on how to defeat an offensive tackle, that was pretty textbook.
Is that a clip and save? That's what's going to go around the league, and people are going to watch that and say, my goodness, that's how you do it? And I feel awful for the offensive tackle because we always talk about the athleticism of that guy who just beat him. Well, you have to be athletic to try and block that guy. Just in this case, the defense won.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and out will come the offense as they take over. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Off of play action, here's Lance. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this third quarter of play. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's Lance to throw it. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Saints are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Winston to give. It's Kamara. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on third down to keep the drive going. Winston now from the 50. He rifles one that's intercepted. And the 49ers are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Well, that interception at least offers them a glimmer of hope here in the fourth quarter.
It certainly does. If their offense goes out now and makes it pay off by getting into the end zone, and if it does, then they get a chance to get back out on the field and try and do it again. Maybe they can force that offense into more and more mistakes and give them a chance to get back into this one totally.
They have still a 3-score hill to climb. We'll see if they can do it. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Lance. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. He still brings it in off the tip here on the deep shot. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, 66 yards. And the Niners have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a 2-score game. The interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw with this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe a toss to your halfback or something like that. Otherwise, take care of the thing and finish this bad boy off.
On first, here's Washington. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. 8 yards to go on 2nd down.
Even.
A man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Kamara again. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Winston. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them, because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Yeah, yikes. Terrible kick headed straight for the sidelines. And this punt sails over the sideline. And the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a two-score game, and they need points on this drive. And in a relatively... That's caught at the 25. A big play there for the Niners. 51 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Play action. Now it's Lance. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Now Lance again. And that is incomplete.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well. So give some credit to the defense.
Desperation time here. Lance. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run with Mitchell. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Working from the gun, Lance. Touchdown, 49ers. Elijah Mitchell, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the 49ers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Lance going to try to throw for this. And they're going to get the 2. It's caught. So they get the conversion. And now we're back to a one-score game. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. 2nd and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. Winston. Open man is the tight end Troutman. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. And on that last catch, Charles, he tops the 150-yard mark. It's one thing when your wideout gets that. When your tight end gets it, it's quite another.
We keep seeing the evolution of that position, don't we? We've seen where it's gone from strictly as a blocker to a guy who caught a few passes to now an integral part of the passing game, sometimes the primary receiver, because a lot of these guys have wide receiver skills, and we're seeing that on display here. Just think about the guys in the past looking back at this game and saying, sure wish that was me. I'd love to have gone out for those types of passes.
8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a 1st down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory.
46 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. Kamara up the middle.
To the 36-yard line. Stop there.
A couple more minutes, and maybe the outcome of this one, Charles, would have been different. But